you guys would recognize when I get the titles, but I don't want to do that. And they bring them back and they totally change the nature of them, you know, and they make them something completely different than what they were. So when you want to revisit that time of your life, you can turn it on and you go, oh, this isn't what I remember. This isn't as good as what I remember. But what I know about the new Animaniacs is that the team behind it were very much involved in the original, and if they weren't, they were very big fans of the original, and they're going to maintain the quality of those shows on these new shows. It's not It's not like you're going to watch it and go, oh, what happened to my Animaniacs and Pinky in the Rain? You're going to watch them and go, oh my God, it's like that, but even better, and now it's about now. Because can you imagine? I mean, it was funny seeing what the Animaniacs did to, like, Da Vinci. It's going to be a lot funnier seeing what the Animaniacs did to the Kardashians, you know what I'm saying?
My mother was from Waterloo. I love her. I'm from Waterloo. No way! I'm out of space. I just working on it. No, I'm working on space.
The 80s and 90s had a lot of weird cartoons. Is there anything you worked on where you just kind of looked at it and said, you know, what is going on?
Every day, dude. Every day.
Tress, did you ever have a scene that you read or you know, a situation where you're like, how am I going to do that? Like, what is that?
Not difficulty doing the voice.
Just
Following the storyline, maybe. I never knew what was going on in Voltron. I didn't know what was going on with Donkey Kong.
That's the name of her autobiography. I never knew what was going on in Voltron.
I did a show, and you know, casting no aspersions or anything because we had other time. But there was a show called The Wishing Star, and it was for little kids. And there's always a place for baby cartoons, you know, very innocent things that you can park the kids in front of and know that they're safe for a little while. And at the end of every Wishing Star episode, there would be a birthday party. Every single. Oh my God. The balloons and the cake and the big celebration, you knew that the cartoon was over because it was the birthday party. That would never end. Anyway.
I understand birthday parties now, but I'm very, very sophisticated.
I still don't know what the hell Adventure Time is about. Or what the hell I was doing there. Or which king I was. I was some king. I don't know, there were so many kings on Adventure Time. And yet, apparently it's brilliant.
Oh, well, all I thought when we got the call to go audition for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was that I would have loved to have been at that pitch meeting, you know. So here's the deal, man. We're hanging out in Maine drinking bong water. And we just started to one-up each other, so now we figured we'd sell this and make $6 billion.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, talk about, and by the way, I don't know Peter Laird, but Kevin Eastman is one of the most delightful people you'll ever meet, and I have to tell you, he is so down to earth, and we've had this conversation more than once about, did you have any idea, ... And he to this day says, no, his aunts and uncles, I think, respectively, but Peter and he threw in a couple of grand to help them publish their first comic book. One thing led to another, and he is the most grateful, down to earth, walking around going, okay.
I think that's true, though, of anybody. Matt Groening didn't have an idea that The Simpsons was going to be The Simpsons. He went in to pitch Jim Henson wanted to do Life in Hell, and he was like, I can't give away my one thing. So he drew his family in the hallway, and he walked over. His apartment was like two doors away from the Paramount lot, and he walked over, and they wouldn't let him in because he didn't have his car. And so he had to go back and get his car and drive on with it. And he's like drawing his family. His dad's name was Homer. His mother's name was Margaret. And, you know, nobody knows, like nobody's planning the next big thing or the first big thing because nobody knows anything. That's William Goldman's absolute dictum, and it's true. If there was a formula for creating a hit, that person would make more money selling the formula than they would making hits. It's just put out your art, put out about your creativity. Just put it out there. Don't expect anything except that it's out there.
Right.
And somebody will bite someday perhaps, or maybe they won't, but you will put your creativity out there.
Totally.
That's all it is. You know?
That's a great life lesson, you know? It's really great. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, wow, that was loud. My name's Katie. I'm from Battle Creek, Michigan, and yeah, Zero City, USA.
From Kellogg's.
Oh, you know it. I went to school in the old Kellogg's Museum. It was fantastic. It smelled fantastic.
Audio news in the Kellogg's Museum.
She's the voice of Toucan Sam for 37 years.
My question's for Rob. I'm in college, and we had a talent, no talent night, and you can guess which one I was. And I didn't know what to do, so I Googled songs to impress people, and Nations of the World popped up. And before I get booed off the mic, I've never seen Animaniacs, but I'm watching it now. Because
Amazing. Wait a minute. So you used the song as your talent?
I did, but the thing is when I went and clicked on it to listen to it, it was at 125% speed, and I'm just sitting there like, good God, how is he doing this? But I bumped it back down to 100.
One take.
And yeah, it was great.
Well, let me tell you something. The best thing about being a drug addict. Kidding. Now I know it made references to bong water and drugs. Just kidding.
All fodder.
Yes, I am neither. But well, firstly, thank you for your kind remark. I'm good at my job. We all are. But you can throw a dart in LA and hit a good singer. You can't write that shit. Everybody does not have the skill that our pal Randy Rogel does. And if you guys are Animaniacs fans, Randy Rogel wrote Yakko's Road, Nations of the Country, the States and the Capitals. He wrote Where It's a Great Big Universe and we're really puny, we're just tiny little specks about the size of Big Universe. Randy wrote
I'm cute.
LA Dog.
LA Dot.
I'm mad.
I mean, wrote most of the songs that stick with you, which is why we do Animaniacs in concert. But here's a little tidbit that it will either inspire you or make you want to work at Starbucks, which is an honorable profession, to be sure. However, if you're in like Mo said, you put your stuff out there. Randy Rogel is a West Point grad, Boston University grad, had a great six-figure income at Procter & Gamble, and said, no, God damn it, I'm a writer and I want to write, perform. Goes to LA, bangs on the door, gets a job writing for Batman, the animated series, for which he wins an right. He gets a job finally, and gets a job on Batman, wins an Emmy. Then he hears about what's going on across the hall with Mr. Ruger on Animaniacs and says, oh my God, I'm all about musical comedy. I write that stuff. No, you don't. You just won an Emmy for Batman. Write that. And he says, no. Please let me in. So finally, they say, okay, what do you got, kid? And his audition piece was that song. That was the song he had in his back pocket. So that's who you run into in Los Angeles, right? And it doesn't mean that you shouldn't go. It means that you never know when you're going to get a chance, and just be ready, right?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you.